All right, let's see what's on the schedule for this week. I've got a couple Commander games that I'm going to lose tomorrow. And then day after that, I've got to lose a Modern and a Pioneer game. And it's weekend in Vegas. I'm going to be losing a lot of Magic games there. And today is, wait a minute. Today is a day that ends in Y. And you know what happens on days that end in Y?
No secret layer alert! No secret layer alert! No secret layer alert! No secret layer alert!
Still over your vocal.
But this is not just any new secret layer alert. It's the start of a very, very, very long line of Marvel crossover products. You like Marvel, right? That's still relevant, right? Starting on November 4th, Secret Lair Marvel will be available on the Secret Lair website. This is not a print-to-demand Secret Lair, so while there's no hard end date to the sale, you can probably expect these Secret Lairs to sell out almost immediately, so set your alarms November 4th. I don't know, maybe they won't sell out. The article does have this weird line about how Wizards of the Coast does plan to, quote-unquote, clean up the storefront from time to time and remove products that have been around for a while. I guess there's some unsold Secret Lairs on there. Do they think the Marvel ones won't sell? They're gonna sell out. I don't know, strange way to phrase it, but there you have it. Each drop is centered around a popular Marvel superhero who gets a brand new mechanically unique card that will immediately become legal in not only Commander, but Legacy and Vintage as well. There's also a price increase, as each drop now costs $39.99 for non-foil, or $49.99 if you'd like it in foil. That's right, these Secret Lair drops now cost $10 more than the average Secret Lair drop. Why are they more expensive, you might ask? Is it because of the licensing fee for these Marvel characters? Or maybe these cards are printed on actual adamantium instead of cardboard? No, silly. The reason that it costs more is because people are willing to pay more. It's basic economics. Oh, which reminds me, November 4th, Secret Lairs on sale. Get in line. Hey, I like Storm. It's also worth noting that if you spend $199 on Secret Lair Marvel, that is, if you buy all 5 drops at non-foil for no discount, or just 4 out of 5 drops at foil, you'll receive an arcane signet skinned as the Earth's mightiest emblem, which is the Avengers logo atop the Avengers Tower. That's right, spend $200 and receive a free arcane signet. Now, the arcane signet as well is only available while supplies last, of course, because Wizards of the Coast can only print a limited quantity of arcane signets. The machines just won't let them print more arcane signet. I'm joking, come on, just having a little fun. In fact, you never know when a Secret Lair version of a low-value Magic card is actually going to end up being a high-priced collectible. We did a whole review of some of the most expensive Secret Lair cards ever released in drops like these, so if you have not yet seen that video, it might give you some ideas about how high or low these new cards may just go. And speaking of which, I now want to offer my own financial analysis on these drops. So, many Magic the Gathering players ask the question, is it worth it to buy Secret Lair Marvel? Let's find out. Oh, but quick question for you before we begin. Do you really think that playing Magic the Gathering is going to set you up with a new high-paying job or career? Probably not, but what if it could? What if you could learn how to play a game and learn a valuable job skill like how to code in the process? Well, that's precisely what sponsor of today's video, Boot.dev, is offering. Boot.dev is an online, self-paced platform that feels like you're playing a captivating role-playing game. You'll learn back-end web development from start to finish in both the Python and Go programming languages. The platform is designed to get you writing a ton of code because getting your hands on the keyboard and shipping projects is really the only way you'll actually learn anything. Complete quests, level up, and compete against other students in the global leaderboard. If you find yourself stuck on a particular quest, just talk to Boots. Boots is a powerful bear wizard AI that can help walk you through your issues. He asks you guiding questions to boost your understanding rather than simply handing you the answers. Socrates would be proud. And hey, if you don't want to spend your money at all, Boot.dev even offers all of their content free to read and watch in guest mode. If you like what you see, you can then sign up for a paid membership to unlock interactivity and the full game that goes with it. So why not start learning how to code by playing a game with Boot.dev? Click the link in the description box and use my code Tolarian to get 25% off of your first month or even your entire first year if you choose the annual plan. And thank you to Boot.dev for sponsoring this video. The first of our marvelous secret layer drops is Black Panther, which, in addition to the titular Black Panther commander card, includes 4 reprints and a warrior token, all on theme. I really like it when secret layers have tokens as extra includes and wish that that could be a normal thing. Mechanically speaking, Black Panther really looks like he'll be a sweet commander. His ability is cool and unique, his mana cost is low, and the deck building direction he points you to will be a lot of fun for players who love the process of brewing new decks. The drop also includes Karn's Bastion reskinned as Wakandan's Skyscraper, which has always been a solid utility land in Commander, but the effect is just too expensive to see play anywhere else. Secure the Wastes is a strong and efficient late-game token generator. It saw a lot of play in its standard format, but these days it too only sees play in Commander. Primal Vigor has been reskinned as Bast's Blessing, a card that is reminiscent of Doubling Season, though it is worse and symmetrical. It's still a popular Commander card as a redundancy, because of course a worse version of a Commander All-Star is still very good. The creme de la creme out of all of these reprints is of course Heroic Intervention, which remains a $10 card despite many reprintings, which suggests a very stable true value. It's fantastic in Commander, but is a trap in 1v1 formats, as leaving mana up for it in green decks is costly towards the development of your board. All in all, the total cost to buy these singles in non-foil is $19.35. Again, this is not including the value of Black Panther, itself a unique card. So determining a grade is rather difficult since we don't know what Black Panther is going to sell for. Even if we add another $10, $15, or even $20 of value for Black Panther, I still feel this layer falls into solid D grade territory. Hey, if you're gonna increase the prices, you better increase the value. Again, we are speaking purely financially, but they raised the prices on these secret layers and still only included $1 cards like Secure the Wastes and Karn's Bastion. So yeah, the grade here is a D. Next up is an all-American secret layer, though I do believe shipping is international. That's right, it's Captain America and 4 reprints, 2 of which have been reskinned as flavorful cards that are appropriate for Cap. But let's just look at this new card design, because Captain America is fittingly a red, white, and blue commander. I just love that they broke with formatting tradition and have the mana pips in literally red, white, and blue order. The Cap provides a pretty fun Voltron-esque build-around to Jeskai, a color combo that didn't really have a de facto equipment commander. From a deck building perspective, it's a bit awkward that his first ability rewards you for putting high mana cost equipment in your deck, while his second only discounts you for those equipment's equip cost, so it doesn't actually help you circumvent the most costly element of that first ability. Nonetheless, this drop comes with a Sword of War and Peace, reskinned as the Shield of War and Peace. Is that what it's called in the comics? Wouldn't it be called Captain America's Shield? Is his shield the Shield of War? I don't read the comics. Let me know in the comments below if this is indeed comic book accurate. In terms of Magic the Gathering itself, Sword of War and Peace is one of the less popular swords, but it's still a totally fine card in Commander. It's the sword that makes the most sense flavor-wise given the Captain America context, but it would have been cool if they found a way to pick a better sword for this drop. Staying on theme, we have Sigarda's Aid reskinned as Captain America's Aid. This card happens to be the foundation of the modern Hammer Time deck, which has fallen from Tier 1 down to the very fringes of the format, and will likely remain there until the One Ring is banned in Modern. Flawless Maneuver is the second weakest in a cycle of broken cards from the Ikoria Commander decks. Worse by far than Fierce Guardianship, Deadly Rollick, and Deflecting Swat, but still better than Obscuring Haze, which isn't saying much. Don't get me wrong, it's still a very good card in Commander, and of course that is the only format where it sees play. In the Trenches is an Anthem for 3 mana and an Oblivion Ring for an additional 6 mana, both of which are too expensive these days. It doesn't see much Commander play outside of very low-powered metas, and was obviously only included here because of its name. All in all, the total non-foil value here, not counting Cap, is $23.42, whereas to buy these cards in foil would run you $33 $7.72. We'd have to add $20 of value to each of these secret layers, and I can see Captain America going for that, even though he's not the best commander card, just because, you know, collectible, and if this ends up being the only place to get it, who knows if he'll be in collector boosters. If the last secret layer was a flat D, this is gonna be a D/C grade. It's a little bit better, but not by much. Can we see a secret layer where they actually amped up the value since they've amped up the prices? Oh, look what we're looking at next. It's Iron Man. The Iron Man secret layer, which in addition to its 4 reprints includes a treasure token. The Iron Man card is an Is-It artifact commander that is sort of like a birthing pod for artifacts. It's nice that even if you don't have any artifacts in play, you can still sacrifice the treasure he makes to go tutor up a 1-mana artifact. Like, say, a Soul Ring. A card that is conveniently included in this drop will probably end up going for a lot more than the average Soul Ring. And honestly, do they reprint Soul Rings often in Commander Secret Layers? They usually end up with pretty high values, so yeah, I like that this is here. And I'm glad as well that Commander's Plate is included, because it's a $30 card. It's only been reprinted a couple of times. And now you can run this great protection equipment in Iron Man flavor. The drop also includes Galvanic Blast, a solid removal spell that sees play in Modern as well as Commander, and even Pauper. It does what it says on the tin. Iron Man suit, pun intended, and the card is great if you can achieve Metalcraft with some reliability, though not great if you cannot. Finally, we have Inventor's Fair, a great utility land in Artifact Commander decks. It'll even see some play as a one-of in Modern Affinity decks, though I'm afraid that is not particularly common. All in all, the total value for the non-foil version of this secret layer, not counting Iron Man of course, is $48.36. Now we're cooking. And the foil value is $72.13. Slap about $15-20 of value on there for Iron Man, and even with the increased price tag, this is a solid B. Heck, I'll even give it a B+ because that Soul Ring is likely going to have a lot of value independent of the general Soul Ring price. So yeah, B+ secret layer, not too bad. What's up next? Our next secret layer is truly a force of nature, featuring Storm, Force of Nature, as well as 4 reprints, 2 of which have been reskinned to X-Men or specifically Storm theme. Storm is a really cool and highly flavorful commander, literally a Storm commander for the Teamer color combination. She's an interesting design because she asks you to storm off pre-combat, then go to combat, hit someone with her, then cast your spell that will gain Storm. Lightning Bolt would be a great card for her deck, for example, and yes, it is included here, the OG. Efficient, powerful, and a staple of literally every format where it's legal, from Pauper, yes, Lightning Bolt is legal in Pauper, to Modern and Commander. Great card, iconic card, doesn't have a huge value by itself, but like Soul Ring, I think this version will carry a lot of financial weight, because it's Storm. And if you do want a card with a lot of financial weight, here's Jeska's Will, OMG, a ridiculous mana and card spell for just 3 mana. It's perfect for a Commander Storm deck, and therefore will be perfect in your new Storm Force of Nature deck. It even sees some play in Legacy Storm despite only being an either-or there, since you can never control Commander in Legacy. Here it's been given the cool reskin of Storm's Will, and I can't tell you how glad I am to see it reprinted in this secret layer. We also have a clever reskin of Manamorphous, another staple of the Storm archetype, especially in Modern Storm. It sees less play in Commander due to its green color identity, but it's still a good card in Storm Commander decks that are allowed to run it. It's excellent, for example, with cards like Goblin Electromancer and Ruby Medallion that discount it to 1 mana, and therefore turned it into a true ritual that happens to also draw a card. The last inclusion, Ice Storm, has actually been given its first reprint here since Unlimited. Are you serious? This card has never been reprinted since Unlimited? First time in what, 30 years? And its first foil copy? It's essentially a color-shifted Stone Rain in green. Only, is it truly a color-shifted card if it was printed in alpha? Up until now, this was a $55 card. Though if it had been printed more over the years, it might have a value similar to Stone Rain, which is almost nothing. Nonetheless, thanks to Ice Storm, the total value in non-foil for this secret layer is $78.30, and the foil value is even harder to figure out because there is no foil copy of Ice Storm, so we're only adding up 3 cards to $34.90. I don't know, what I give Iron Man, a B+? I'm giving Storm a B+. It's a really flavorful secret layer. The inclusions are great. A token of something might have been nice. But I think this is a really solid collection of cards. Last but not least, we got Wolverine. Bub there is. This much anticipated secret layer drop also includes 4 reprints. But speaking of the titular card, Wolverine is a great Gruul Voltron commander. It takes only 11 power to make him a one-hit kill via commander damage, or 6 power and double strike, and he's hard to remove thanks to his regeneration. Regeneration? What is this, Doctor Who? Plus Wolverine's only 3 mana, which means if he does get removed, it won't be too taxing, pun intended, to get him back into play. Honestly, as a lover of Voltron commanders, this might be one of the best Voltron commanders ever printed. And included here is Berserk. Oh my gosh! A really cool pump spell that was also originally printed in Alpha. In a lot of ways, Berserk is like a fling effect. But it's very good with Wolverine, specifically since Wolverine can regenerate itself before he dies. Great Commander Voltron card, not to mention something that sees play in Legacy Infect, though I suppose that's not much of a deck anymore these days. Thank you very much, Modern Horizons series. Rite of Passage is a cool enchantment from 5th Dawn that has never been reprinted. It's not a great card, but it's not terrible either. Like the majority of Secret Lair cards these days, it's only useful in Commander. Rhythm of the Wild is a fan favorite of Commander Timmy's everywhere, though especially those who hate blue. It used to be a very expensive uncommon before it was reprinted in Ravnica Remastered. Now it's merely a kind of expensive uncommon at just under $3. And last we have the Ozolith reskinned as an adamantium bonding tank. Holy smokes, this is a $34 card and an absolute banger for the Hardened Scales deck in Modern. It of course also sees play in Commander decks that care about +1/+1 counters, and notably you can find this off of Urza's Saga. Going all the way back to Modern Hardened Scales, that is a very big deal. And here it's a big deal because it brings the total non-foil value of this layer up to $61 and change. With the foil version, it's $79.07. Add 10, 15, maybe $20 for Wolverine. And you know what you got going here? It's an A secret layer. That's right, this secret layer, even with the increased price that is absolutely not tied to production cost, is still a solid A. Hooray! I still think it would have been cooler to have complete commander decks for these commanders, but that, I suppose, is another video. You know, I can't help but feel disappointed that these are individual secret layer drops and not complete commander decks featuring each of these new legendary cards. We got that for Doctor Who, we got that for Warhammer, maybe some are coming for Marvel. In fact, all signs seem to indicate we're going to be getting a lot of new Marvel Magic the Gathering products, so I imagine many commander decks are on the way, but I just do like these cards and yet wish that for that $49.99, I was getting a complete 100-card pre-constructed deck that's got new Marvel artwork throughout all of those reprints, some new card designs. We had it before, why not have it here? But that is, of course, just my opinion, and now I really want to hear from you. Are you going to be picking up these secret layers? Are you doing so because you are a Marvel fan, or because you really like the new card designs? Perhaps you just think that they are a good financial investment. Whatever your reasons are, let me know in the comments below. Oh, and don't forget to check out the most expensive Secret Lair cards ever printed. We take a look through all 1,000 plus Secret Lair cards and go over which ones are some of the most costly out of every Secret Lair drop that you ever had an option to buy. That video, as well as our brand new Cube Draft episode of Shuffle Up and Play, are listed in this video's description, or just by clicking, it's like an eye, it's like up there, I don't know, just click around, you'll find it, or you search on, just use YouTube like a search engine and type, Tolarian Shuffle Up Cube or something. I don't know, just type words you like with the word Tolarian in them. See what video comes up. Type random words. Type Tolarian and then some random words. You just watch another video! And remember, the smartest way to learn to code is to make sure you're never bored. Boot.dev teaches you back-end web development from start to finish in the Python and Go programming languages, all while you feel like you're playing a fun and engaging RPG game. So why not level up those career skills with Boot.dev? Click the link in this video's description box and use my code Tolarian to get 25% off of your first month or even your entire first year if you choose the annual plan. And thank you to Boot.dev for sponsoring this video.
Next time on Shuffle Up and Play.
Today, I have invited absolute luminaries and Jimmy.
Yes!
Because we are doing a Commander boxing game, drafting old Magic the Gathering booster boxes. Feel free to rip open your booster packs. And what'd you get?
What'd you get? Cyclone!
Oh!
On the first pack?
Oh, come on!
Profits no blockers.
I
Oh my gosh, look, Rosalind, get one.
Wow.
It's in the good story.
All right, I go to 34. If I can find the thing on this
It's a
side.
spin down profit.
So many basics.
You're basic.
Kathleen.
Oh, are you thinking about sacrificing something?
Just to kill his looter.
It's so rude of you.
I know,
I love
it's-
your style.
I'm so happy when I said yes to coming up here.